This theme park sits right next door to the original Disneyland, and it's known as the Disney California Adventure. There was talks that originally this was going to be the West Coast version of Epcot, only with the name Westcott. But I'm guessing it was too difficult or too expensive to build at the time, so they came up with this place right here. It's got several themed areas, which are Buena Vista Street, which I'm on now, Paradise Pier, Grizzly Peak, Hollywood Land, Bugs Land and Cars Land. There's a really good feel to the park, and anyone who's ever gone to a Disney park before but hasn't been to this one yet, I can definitely tell you that it feels like Disney. Look at this, they've actually got real trams running here.
She was working after 5 and 10.
Oh, really? Becoming a star.
As soon as we saw her, we knew that she was one in a million. That's right.
This is something else that you'll see in nearly every Disney park around the world, and that's random street entertainment. I say random because you're just walking along from area to area, and then you come across little gems like this on the way.
That's you. I'm the one that found her. Oh, that horse feathers. I found her. Oh, come on, fellas. Let's be told I spotted her. Oh, boy. Here we go.
For a tinted after Dan, look at them, so sophisticated. Oh, gee, it didn't take long for me to realize that singing with these five leads my big break.
Just when I started singing.
When it started swinging. Whoa, the great thing about Hollywood is there's talent everywhere.
That's right, I see some over here, over there, just about everywhere.
And you folks have demonstrated by your applause that you got
Right, I'm going to grab this tram. Okay, maybe I'm going to chase after the tram. You do a great deal of walking here, so it'll be nice to sit down for a bit.
One-way trip to the end of the line at the old Hollywood Tower Control Building.
Right, I'm on the tram now, and apparently it's heading towards Hollywood Boulevard. Hang on a minute, that's quite a few miles away from here.
We've actually never hit anybody with a trolley, but many, many people have run into us. Probably not surprised. Trying to beat that far down the street. Alright, so we're leaving our hub, folks, and we're leaving behind all the lands in the whole park except Hollywood Land. That's straight ahead of us there. And if you can see out the window, you can see the street just goes on for miles. It's a little movie trick called Forced Perspective that makes things...
Ah, there's Hollywood Boulevard. Well, it sort of looks like it. Some of that ahead is real, and the other is just simply a painted facade. You have to get a bit closer to see what's real and what isn't. It's exactly what they do in a lot of the Hollywood movies with the false perspective there.
Stop here is for all of Hollywood Land. So if you're looking for any attraction, shop, or restaurant here in Hollywood Land, this is your stop. That includes Disney Junior, Disney Animation, the Frozen Show, Monsters Inc., and the Sunset Theater with our Beauty and the Beast preview. Beyond the station is nothing that has to do with Hollywood. It's just the Bugs Land entrance and our end of the track. We just go around the corner to Hollywood Land, our fair building is.
No fares on here. It's all free. Well, maybe not free, but it all comes with a park admission, as does every ride and attraction.
Welcome. For your safety, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your tires.
Enjoy the ride, folks.
All right.
717, now departing Hollywood for Hollywood Tower.
All right, folks, thank you for joining us for the...
There's a wider view of the false perspective buildings. It's actually on a large building at the end, and inside is the actual Hyperion Theatre. On the right is the entrance to it.
The Hyperion Theater, which currently has the Frozen live on stage show. That show is the only Broadway type production we have in any Disney theme park. So if you want to check it out, you can. It's a 45-minute long production. You want to get in line about that much longer ahead, 45 minutes before it starts. You want to see it. It's still very, very popular. Well, we're turned down Sunset, folks. Out in front of us, you see the construction going on there in the old Tower of Terror building. It's actually got a new owner. Some guy named the Collector, I guess.
Yep.
From another galaxy. Yeah, he's
Something like that.
And here's a closer look at the Hollywood facade. So this has to be Hollywood Land themed area, and Hollywood Land was the original name of Hollywood itself a long time ago. This is very familiar to me. There's one similar to this at the Blackpool Pleasure Beach in the UK, and that one is called the Sir Hiram or Hiram Maxim Flying Machines. It's an original ride. This one's called the Golden Zephyr, which is quite odd because it's silver, isn't it? Or maybe it's white gold, could be.
Jellyfish starts jumping. Then unlock your safety belts by pushing on the red button.
Queuing for the Radiator Springs races, which is part of the Cars Land. If you're riding this one on your own, you can join the single riders line, which gets you in pretty quickly usually. The way that it works is that normal riders, families, friends, couples, they get to be seated together, and if there happens to be an odd seat spare, then when it's your turn you get to fill it. But if you wanted to ride it with at least another person, you could be waiting for quite a while. However, they do have a really good system, which is a fast pass system, which allocates you a return time. That can be anything from an hour or more, but in the meantime you're free to go anywhere else and then return when the time window is open. If this looks mighty familiar to anyone who has visited Walt Disney World in Florida, then you'll be right. It's exactly the same concept as the test track ride at Epcot Center. Nice relaxing start to the ride, past the waterfall. I think this is all the Grand Canyon to the side here.
Give our friend your best.
It takes more than new tires to win a race. I'm your new crew chief.
Get into the groove. So pay attention. Listen to it.
Back at Buena Vista Street, only this time walking through at night and heading to the Paradise Pier. Lots of magical twilight atmosphere here, all the sights, sounds and smells of Disney. And the same band we saw earlier. I wonder if they ever take a break. I will be uploading some 4K footage of this park sometime soon. The camera I'm using now is the Panasonic HC X920, mainly for the stabilization. The 4K shots are going to be on a tripod, and that camera is the Panasonic HDR Lumix LX100, which will be even better quality. You can hear us passing by a waterfall. Unfortunately, there's no actual lighting for it, which is quite surprising. But everywhere else, there's plenty of themed lighting of sorts.
Only for a little bit though, okay?
It's like walking in a little town or city when you come to these types of places. They have an annual food and wine festival here, just like Epcot does. Apparently this one initially started in 2006 and then stopped a few years later, but it's been brought back by popular demand since last year, I believe. There's a nighttime event just in front of the Paradise Pier area, which is the Walt Disney World of Colour. That's a nighttime spectacular water display with what seems like thousands and thousands of jets of water and lighting. And then that's accompanied by projections on the actual water itself with music. I've already uploaded that show earlier on my channel. I'll put a direct link at the end of this if you'd like to see it. It is a fantastic show. There's the Mickey Fun Wheel you can see on the pier. It's not an actual pier as such. None of this is by the sea. There's a man-made lake in front, but it's done really well with an entrance and boardwalks, and does feel like it's really classy when you're on it. The musics and sounds change depending which area you're in and what time of day, all adding to the experience. They often have some type of grand finale nighttime event at most of the Disney parks, not only to give everyone a good money's worth feeling on leaving, but it's also a clever way of crowd control. When the show starts, they then start closing the rides but leave some of the attractions still operating within the crowd area. Restaurants are also a big part of it, and there's plenty of them about. All the lighting is still left on when the guests do leave, and some of the gift shops areas are still open along the way. Then after that, the people either head for the buses, car park, taxis, or if you've still got energy and want to carry on, then just outside is downtown Disney area, and that's full of restaurants, cafes, gift shops, cinemas, refreshments, as well as nighttime entertainment in the open. There's the Golden Zephyr again, all lit up with traditional gold-white lights. That's the Mickey Fun Wheel. I think it used to be just a star wheel, but since the redesign, the mouse was put in the front. It's not quite a normal Ferris wheel. It has a few normal car seats that just simply rotate like any other types, but then in between there's a really odd oval type of track for the other cars which slide around as the wheel turns.
Or I can hold it here. Just make it
Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to check the link shortly for the World of Colour show, which is right here. And don't forget to subscribe, then you'll be up to date with all my latest uploads. And if you like this, then give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you all again very soon on YouTube.